Good morning. How is everybody? You ready to rock? Yeah. Oh, I knew it. These black ones feel different. It's the piece of hair. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it's like when I rub my fingers through my beard, I can feel it. It's like it bothers me. It doesn't. It's not like I don't know. It's kind of coarse and rough and everything. But anyway, been going been going pretty long so far today. We're really putting in the burning the midnight oil. You know what? Here, get rid of this. Get rid of this. Yeah. um, that's funny. Uh, had I been in any other kind of state of mind and not in a shambles in my life the way it is, I'd be $84,000 richer. Not 84. I'd say that if somebody wanted to get the second one, I could easily flip it for 10 grand. You know, um, it was a Sacagawea coin that was mismarked on the back, and I had one because I had set it off to the side, and I was just going, "Oh, that's interesting." I go, "This is." I didn't even think that's interesting. This has presidents on it, and this has a Statue of Liberty. Totally just flew over my head, man. And so yeah, I had I don't know. Hmm, yeah. So $84,000, pew, just gone, just like that. Well, that's crazy. You can't even say that. That one sold. That one sold for that. But what's going to happen is that's the first one to hit, and then everybody else starts jumping in and actually looking at their coins. I mean, I'm pretty attentive, right? I pay attention to stuff, and so you know, I pay attention. It's good, right? You have to notice things. We want to notice or do you want to know the most important thing to notice? Somebody's tears, and they don't always come out of their face in the same way, right? Um, do you realize that when somebody is angry, that it means that they've been hurt? Seriously, when someone is, can I say that on here? Yeah, if somebody's pissed off, yeah, exactly. Because they've turned that what's happened is they've gone into like a defensive mode, right? So when um when it's written in there, we got we don't teach with enough authority, and which I don't mean authority like the rights to rule and reign, but really we have already been given that in Genesis. It was told that we had to do that, and we seem to have forgotten something. And then when the place is all messed up and somebody says they were amazed because he taught with all authority. What's so amazing about somebody showing up and teaching with authority? Plenty of people teach with authority. I'd love to sit in front of Bill Gates and discuss how he ripped off some of my stuff. Um, but no, it's like why all authority to me means you have authority. And he didn't rip off anything. I was kind of doing like I was doing Active Directory before Active Directory was, and I programmed my whole job to do itself in the morning, like scripting it out. So as far as like AI or getting somebody to do your job for you, oh hell yeah. You know, I mean, that's the goal, right? Nothing will stop Jesus from patiently hearing you. At any time, you can ask God to open your heart and fill you with the Holy Spirit. I'm already been filled. There's no, do you believe Jewish people are good? All Jewish people are good. No. um, let's see. So how do we do this? You're saying Jewish, so I mean, I don't know. I would say that all the people of Israel are good, but you would say that Israel is a place. I don't see Israel as a place. I see it as a trophy. It defines what and who a person is. Jacob was do you know what Jacob means, by the way? Usurper, deceiver. Like even Esau says that when he's like, oh, taken after his namesake, huh? And we don't understand just how important those names are. You're so afraid to say God's name that they say what? Hashem, the name. And it's like it's like you worship the name. Yeah. And it's like, I just want to, like, with all, like somebody that's just having a fit and they can't understand something, you just got to go pow and slap them real hard to shake them out of it. And they're like, oh, you all right? Whew, oh, yeah, thank you. Wow, what? Of course, the name. If you pay attention to every single name in this book, it changes the way it reads. You have to read it like every time you come to where it says the name, like when I just saw it this morning. I can't digest this book all at once because it's too much. And I can't get any comfort from watching people preach because now I see something they can't. And I'm over here like trying to bust out of a freaking shell to show people how we've jacked up our world really, really seriously bad. And I'm admitting some of the fault. Yes, I'm just like you. We don't even have somebody here to blame it on. What, are you going to blame it on me because I found it? I can't help it. It'll break our world and make us cry, and we're going to be sad for a lost son and all that stuff. It's prophecy. It's written. I can't help it. I found it. And all I'm saying is, you know, I don't know. My opinion of Thief in the Night is different than everybody else's. They think, no, it's just to mean about the time. Listen, Thief in the Night means he shows up, rips you off, and he's gone. That's how he works in the nothing before it even shows up. And you can see that when he's talking about, what does he say? It sounds crazy. And he who has not. And he who has not, even what he has will be taken from him. And it's like, well, if he has not, what the hell are you going to take? It doesn't make any sense the way it, but if you can not just go blindly flipping through it like it's a damn trail of daisies or some shit. Yeah, there's real meat in this thing. And we have blown it. We have blown it hardcore. I hate this. I wish he would just kill me. I don't want to make the whole world sad. Can't I just take it to myself and then you can smash it with a rock and really quick get everybody out of here for all their evil shit? I don't know. But it's terrible. This is like a hell to me. It is. And I don't care. I'm not talking about you little YouTube pussy that's fucking with my connection and shit. You're just a miserable flea. Plink. I don't care about you. I care about every fucking buddy else. If you think that I'm not going to go outside and say anything anymore to anybody. If you can't come to me from seeing me and inviting you, give me my phone number, let's debate, let's talk, whatever, then hey man, I'm sorry. I know I'm set. I know what I am. I'm a stumbling block to you is what I am. I am a stumbling block to you, a piece of shit stone that he's thrown in your path, and it's in every one of your shoes. Every last one of them. The kings of the mouths of the kings are shut. That prophecy is fulfilled. And it's like, well, what do you mean? Are anybody saying anything? No. This book is incredibly written in a very peculiar way. It is alive. When it says living word, oh wow, it's like the only thing here's what I would like to see. It would be like this. God would call me on the phone, right? He'd be like, "Bleep, bleep, 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 bleep," and I'd be like, yes, sir. Okay. He tells me like, relax, right? I'm sorry. You never have to call. Okay. The main control room? What happened? The Lord's Day? Get out. What do I got to do? Okay. Yeah. And then I would go in there with this and like all the places where it says if, the whole way through. If. Guess what if? I would cut a path all the way to the end perfectly just by paying attention when he gave you a choice to do good or evil. Evil is not unused. If this thing becomes evil, that was 11:11 right there. I just said that. And I had 2 ones. That when we started seeing 11:11, 11 and 11 are 2 bad numbers in Judaism. I don't know if you know that. That number was everywhere and it was creepy. Oh, it was creepy. I was talking to some lady at work one time and she said, we're in a break room. I was working at Walmart. Did you see my Walmart tag yesterday that I was wearing? Yeah, I was being Chris from back in the day when I used to fix your car. Yeah. Hi. You'd get the answering machine, Hi, welcome to Walmart Tire Lube Express. This is Chris. I'm probably underneath your car right now, changing your oil. Just leave your number. We'll be right with you. Or you can press 0 to speak to an operator. Yeah. And I can, this, like I said, if this becomes evil or something, it just serves to heighten up the fires, right? So what can happen? So the fires can refine and the good can come out. Now, here's the problem. That whole thing was just a mess. I don't know if these furnaces actually existed, but I get what they're saying. Okay. If I create problems for my leaders, I got nobody to blame but myself when all the shit is breaking apart and falling downhill. Right? Sometimes the best thing to do is just sit like this in silence and say, are you guys done yet? Did you fix it? I want to go home now. Right? I need to get the hell out of this place because this isn't where I want to be. Just stop everything. Stock up on food so you can park your ass and just sit and and just pose the question. Have a damn big ass meeting for the entire place and say, what in the hell is going on here? You got the nation that is supposed to be a blessing at odds with everybody and is at this point I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell I can trust anymore. Does Gaza really exist? Is the world flat? Who the hell knows? It's just so loaded up with crap. When that book says don't involve yourself with the conspiracies of man, it doesn't mean just be good. Don't any effort you put towards it, including thinking about it, you're worshiping it. And so then you make it grow, and then 3 people believe, and 5 and 10. And the next thing you know, it's just you can't sort out crap from not. And it's like I just want to pull a shit handle and say, let's start over. Whew, that was rough, wasn't it? Looks good, Lord. Founded it on the waters and all. Sounds Northwest. You talk so holy. You talk so what? And act like you care. So what? I talk so what? Better to fart and bear the shame than not fart and bear the pain. There's a man who has no deceit in his mouth, and he causes no violence. Yeah, suffering servant. There's only two kinds of servants to God, the Lord. And if you believe in something else and not that, he's the God of all gods. He's the ultimate in truth. There's even parts in the Bible where it says he assigned different nations their gods, plural. Not talking about men and leaders, they're gods. Stop changing words around to think that, there's only one God. Yes, there's only one. And if I had to explain, make it a point to you, it would be like this. I would take this nice piece of marble, okay? All right. And I would just take this piece of marble and I would say, I'm on this side. And on the other side of this marble, all right, on this wall right here, guess what? That's where God starts and all the gods. So if I'm down here looking at God, who's the first God I see? The firmament, our God. And then where are all the other gods? Let me see. They lifted their thrones higher than his. And because he knows them and we don't, and it's a relationship thing, like when a man knows a woman, it's like, hey, baby. Man, just let me hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me slow down. 45 seconds or 45 hours. Just relax. It's been a long time since we rock and roll. And guess what? He talks to them for me. If I pray righteous prayers, I can be blessed. If I pray bad prayers, guess what happens? He sends evil because he gives us the desires of our heart. Uh-oh. Guess whose number that is? Yeah. This book, okay, is getting you in a lot of trouble because you don't understand it. It's very complex. It's beyond, it's incredible to me. My IQ is like I can't abandon anybody. It would be a, because I believe in God. I couldn't just walk off. I've never been that kind of a person. I've always been a servant my whole life. Wash dishes in a few different places. Oh my God. I'd go back to Ponderosa if there was any point in my life, Lord, where I could return. If you could put me back in the Matrix, can I go back to Ponderosa again? I want to work at the Ponderosa. I think I want to start right there. And I don't even know what Ponderosa means. There's probably some hidden reason why I'm saying that. Oh, man. Okay. Hey, you ever seen this book, John Newton? It's called Out of the Depths. Let me finish that. Let me finish what I was talking about, though. You'll understand this. It's not that hard when I'm like goofing and screaming and stuff. Our God is like a boundary layer between everything spiritual that's out there. When we interface to him, it's on the other side of him. Now, you are water, two different kinds of water. And the Spirit of God is hovering over the water. So you're kind of like your own little, whatever you want to call it. Are you a mountain, a molehill, a pit, whatever? That's the concept. And then from there, well, you just got all the inner workings between, let there be light and separating waters. And then it breaks down. And what happens? You eventually wind up with that garden inside with Eve. Or I'm told that's not even a good name for her. The translation Eve into English is terrible. And it's like, and you know what? I'm gonna guess, just because I'm gonna guess at why my friend, who I don't even know how to say his name, which is okay. I don't know. His name doesn't matter to me. Um, but he told me that. He said that Eve, and I trust him. I totally trust him. He's solid, man. I can tell by his heart. Yeah. You can spot a humble guy, okay? You know when Hashem owns you. you uh, he's taken all the tassels off and latched them and turned in this big rope, and then he like runs it around your neck 7 times, and then through your ears 10 times, 5 each, and then somehow manages to go 3 times over your nose and your mouth. So then you just shut up and you just and you like it. That's Hashem, my dad. Um, and so he's like a boundary layer, right? He's like this, and you can't. He talks to the gods. He sent the gods to the nations. When it says he gives you the desires of your heart, the Lord's Prayer is a big clue for you there, because it says, "Lead us not into temptation." I always was like, "What? What? You can't do that." And so it's like, that's weird. And you know who I have to attribute finding this? An angel, someone who has a name that means who is like God. And guess what? I tried to tell him. I begged him. But the problem is, I start begging. What happens? Why is he doing that? Oh, he's the Antichrist. Time is short. We better hurry up and go to Dairy Queen before it's summertime. I don't know. It's like, so I don't know, man. I think I am like I don't know what the hell to call myself. I understand the concept of the Antichrist, and we're all Christ or Antichrist. Once I realized that, then it was like, oh, now I see why it says those who refuse to take the mark. It's like, you're already marked. I'm sorry. It's ridiculously stupid. You're already marked. But accepting, whoa, this has really happened, this book, get out of here. No, that's receiving the mark. The people who deny the mark are those who, how do you say it? They won't believe that this book could be so written in a way, or that God could be in control. I mean, I could show you in the book, but you got to decide. But it's either book, there's either book people or no book people, the sheeps or goats, right? Now, the people who accept the mark are actually the sheep. Watch. The reason why this is so fucked up, man. The sheep will take the mark because they understand. That's why they say, who can conquer the beast? What's the beast? Leviathan. Do you think somebody who, why are you afraid of Leviathan? I went for a walk a while ago. And guess what? I was walking around town, and I don't know. The rest of my family, they're all a bunch of pieces of shit. I'll just be honest with you. They don't treat me very well. But I saw young lady walking with her, like a carriage, right? And she just didn't, when you get old, you ain't fresh anymore, right? That's what my wife says, She says that about when she sees little ducklings run around, they're all fuzzy, She goes, oh, they're fresh, So, hey, when I know that, then I drive around and take her to the ponds and stuff, right? So she can smile. Simple. I get to drive a car, try not to scare the hell out of her, that kind of thing. But I'm walking around town, and this, she's a girl, lady, whatever. She looks too young, and so I say, I think maybe she's babysitting, and she goes, no, he's mine. And I was walking with somebody from the church trying to explain some of the stuff I've figured out. And and so she says, no, he's mine. I go, oh, he's cute. I go, look at his eyes. He had real, okay. And then I asked, I go, I go, what's his name? And she goes, oh, we call him Levi. I'm, oh, that's nice. And then I go, that's nice. And she goes, yeah, short for Leviathan. The Lord used a little kid to show me two ends of a different stick, of a path even. Levi and Leviathan. One have a hook in their jaw, and it's like where I'm going, you can't come. To come is you're pulled. Come here. God says, and if Leviathan's, you got a hook in your jaw. If you're sent, you just go. It's better to. Oh boy. They're on the 4th level now, just so you know. 4th level. Got to keep everybody posted here. But this is John Newton's book, and he understood that. You know, he could understand how, you know, what goes on here, if you want to put it that way. With, you know, the whole God thing. We're slaves to two different forces. Well, we're slaves to one force, and in order for him to, sorry, I'll just put it flat out. This is the battle strategy, and why everybody is able to do what they can do, and the reasons why things come in the way they do. You ever heard of the term divide and conquer? Where in the hell do you think that comes from? It's flat out of the Bible. It's sorry. It's in scripture, and I don't know. We think we're supposed to divide to multiply. You can't do that. I heard something that just blew my mind. It blew my mind, and I realized that I think what the Lord is telling me is that I just need to like get away from you people. The people that don't believe me, that think that you know, I don't know what I'm talking about, whatever. All of you, and just give up in futility, because the only hope that I have is that, albeit that there's 46,000 different Christian denominations. Are you kidding me? I'm here to make a covenant with the many. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. See, you see how I fulfill prophecy? And you guys are going to sit here forever. Just, oh, look, this fulfilled that. It's fulfilling all day long. The whole book is nothing but, it's like Legos. Should have been called Legos instead of logos. Because that's what that's what everything is built from. You know? I mean, you have to expand upon what's going on, but you got to realize there's a spirit or a mood that happens, right? I mean, I don't want to, you know, emasculate our God. That'd be horrible. I'd rather have him beating the shit out of me and leave me alone. But it's like, we just don't understand the sorry, what do you say? Like the dust and the stars? Billions and billions of stars, and how much sand is there? And that what I'm saying is all indications of the granularity with which the effects and the things that we do affect the place, and you should be more careful. Now, there's all kinds of plastic floating in the ocean. Do you know how terrible I feel about that? I have a conscience. When I became a Christian, or however, when I started my walk in 2007, whatever that was, that's the last time that I spit on the ground. You realize that? I don't spit on the ground. All the earth is holy. And Jesus did that. It's like, maybe that's some kind of a sign, like only he should do that or something. I don't know, man. I'm going to imitate him every way that I can, except for that. He can spit on the ground. There's something up with that. I didn't like it. and I won't, and I haven't, and I can't. I don't, I just, I actually fear the God I serve. Just saying. Hang on a second. Got to answer a call. All right, there we go. I made this. It's not bad. It's kind of, it's got no tannins in it whatsoever. You know, I saw that the guy that I got the winemaking equipment from, uh, that he had bags of tannin and tablets of bimetal sulfate. And you know, it's pretty funny. Now listen to that. Blah 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 blah. The guy that I got the stuff from, right? Now, was I able to give you that story without making you judge me? Sure. Who was the guy? I don't know. He left the shit on the side of the road in his trash, and it was useful to me, so I picked it up and took it, and now I make stuff to drink with it. You know, glass jugs and things like that. Oh man. Thank you very, very much for yesterday, Lord. I had one of the best days I've had in probably 5 years. Do you want to know how it happened? I ran into my ex-wife, one of my ex-wives. See, if I have a girlfriend and we hook together, she's still a wife, you know. And I get run off for whatever, my crazy religious stuff, or I've never done anything bad, like, took the motor out of the car and put it in the lawnmower so I could mow the grass faster or some shit, crazy stuff like that. Although that'd be kind of cool. I do have an idea. Hey, if you're an inventor and you like to create like accessories, for lawn mowing accessories, kind of stuff like that, tell you what, Gnostic Creations, okay? it'll keep all the heretics out, right? No, go there. But man, it was just really cool because she had I hadn't seen the little girl, and she was actually going to let me adopt her at one time, and it was like, see, it's the truth. So for all of the whatever that was ever said, I'm sure for all the griping and complaining why I wasn't around and all the stories, what happens? And you want to know what? I prayed. Was it that yesterday morning? I don't know. Whenever I was talking about it's on one of my live streams when I was talking about having the tubes in the ear. I said, I pray. I said, Lord, it'd be really nice to see how MJ turned out, and and so she's got the coolest name because it's like she's like dedicated to the whole family, dedicated like a piece of themselves. They constructed her name out of everybody else's name. So, and but it was really funny because we're like sharing stories and whatever, and and it's like, yeah, I go, believe it or not, I mean, you might not think so now, but I was appreciated enough to actually be almost even be given rights to adopt you. And she goes, and she looked at me and then looked at her mom, like, Mom, no, it was all, I don't think she did anyway. But and then I told her about the prayer that I said. I said, yeah. I asked her. I said, I'm gonna cry. It was the hardest thing to see. Her eyes were all like purple blue when she was a baby. Oh wow, man. And miserable little kid. Oh, it was like fighting with the a greasy 12-legged pig, you know. Oh, oh. Calm down, just relax, and then would calm her down, get her sleeping, you know. And then she'd say, "Here, take her up to her room." No, 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 it didn't go like that. I didn't want to. It was like, no, you know, I think I took her up there one time and it was the most stressful thing in my life because I'm like, if she starts going crazy on the stairs, what if I fall down the stairs with her or something, right? I'm like, no, you do it. You, mom, you're doing your mom thing. And it was like, just, but wow. And when she would talk, I wish I had a recording of it. And the reason why is I'd like to do something crazy, like play it backwards if I could. If I would have been around, I probably would have done something like that just to see, you know, if I was around long enough. Because I don't know, she knew what she was saying. You know what I mean? It was like she's speaking another language. I mean, literally. And she's getting made fun of, you know, she's going, how did you, you speaking in? She's going, are you speak? Such the perfect mom, man. Enough disconnect, like as if a teacher, but yet where it counts, right? So she talked like really dry. Use your words, you know, just you got this. Focus. Oh, she taught me that word, focus. I got in so much trouble over that. I forgot about that. That's another thing to laugh about. Yeah, I was at work and this guy is here. You want to know what kind of guy I am? This guy calls in. I'm a tech support, okay? And yeah, okay, you're in my piece of shit phone. That's because I don't want to break it, you know, it's works fine, you know. I don't have to leave. I don't have to go out in the snow. I'll be okay. Otherwise, you know, I'll just jump on, you know, somewhere and have him send me one. Oh man. The problem is with these phones is I think it's track phone. So they'll probably have a class action lawsuit coming at them in the future. Always evidence. Collect, 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 and wait until you got everything. Don't leave nothing unturned, every freaking stone. Go unhinged. Figure it out. It'll come together. But yeah, she was in, you know, we were split up. I got in trouble because I was trying to teach the son that Reese cups were actually very good as Halloween candy, and you shouldn't give them to your sister because they're actually dog shit covered in chocolate. That's what she told him. They're dog poop covered in chocolate. Sorry, adult here, but she. He's piling them all up, and I'm like, ooh, he's saving them for later, you know, saving them for later, huh? And he goes, no, I give them to her. And I go, uh, why? Oh, I didn't there. And he explains it to me, and I go, no. I go, remember when you didn't want to try fish tacos? And he goes, yeah, yeah. And now he's proud of it because he conquered it. It was like a fear, right? And I told him, I said, look, I go, you like taco shells and tortillas, right? Yeah. You like fish sticks, right? Yeah. And you like lettuce and salad, right? Yeah. And tartar sauce. Yeah. Everything is like. What could go wrong? Uh-oh. Makes you think of the Garden of Eden, huh? It looks good for no, at least see the difference is I was telling him what it was and it was actually good. And I told him, I said, no, I go, these they're like a symphony for your tongue and your oh, you know. And I get him excited, and he decides to try some adventurous food, right? More complex, right? And I'm like, what? And I go, you trusted me with the only part of your body that cannot lie. And now you fail me? Grasshopper. What am I going to do? What can I do? I told you the tongue may lie, but the taste buds always tell the truth. Don't listen to somebody's words. You got to take a lick and see what it's like. That you do that with your ears. So I get him to taste one. Oh man, it was like, it makes me I haven't laughed so hard since I sold here magic fairy dust. And if you order now for only $49 a month for 49 years, centuries, millennia. He goes, I'm all stuffed up now, crying, but he says he eats it, and then he turns and looks at me like, I don't know, like he just ate something really horribly terrible, like I lied to him. It scared me for just a second because I'm like, oh my God, what kind of kid doesn't like Reese's, right? And then all of a sudden he busts out, he's looking at his sister and he goes in full on tears. And he says it with all the heart that he's got. He goes, and you got to remember, 5 years old. Now listen to this comment. How long's he been trick-or-treating? What, 2 years maybe that he can remember? 3 if he's lucky. And he looks at her and goes, I've been giving you my Reese cups for all these years. It was like all these years. And it's like, that's because to him, those 3 years were forever and only so far. Oh, it was a great family. I loved it because I went to the school. They were bitching at him because his penmanship wasn't nice. Okay. This kid was a freak. And I asked her, I go, is he, almost like I was acting like Forrest Gump, right? Like with little Forrest, right? Did he, because they were picking on the kid. It was here. I'll tell you what was happening, right? I'll give you an example of what was happening. I'll show you. I'll show you when I was sent to defend my little man. I'll show you what they were messing with my kid. What I said to that teacher. This I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to have to say this to her. Okay. So I'm going to make myself a little note here. Okay. So it's like, I can't even. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. I don't know. This is what the alphabet looked like on the board. Okay. The letters are backwards and some are forwards and whatever, right? And they're jiggly, scratchy, and they got dots. They got like dashes and stuff for them they're supposed to follow. Do you know what this kid was doing? He was like freaking Mr. Connect the Dots. It was like block lettering. I'm like, all I could think of was my teacher. Well, I had several drafting teachers. I'm one of them AutoCAD people. I'll build whatever the hell you want. You ever heard of a bicycle hub called Polestar? I helped design that thing. The logo is I designed the logo. That's got my mark on it. I made sure. I put my mark in at least one place in this. And you know what the logo is? Perdition. Go look at the logo and you tell me if it ain't perdition. Uh-huh. But his lettering was like perfect, beautiful block lettering. And I'm like, why are they messing with this kid? Oh, I was not happy. And here's now I gave her a ride, and she's over there talking to the teacher and I'm kind of overhearing this. And I'm like sitting here looking at the board and looking for his to see what the problem is, right? And I go, where's his? Oh, I got it right here. Look how bad it is. And I'm like, whoosh, snatch it out of her hands. I'm a son of a bitch. You don't mess with me. If I'm on your side, I'll go to somebody's house personally. I'll hug them a few times, unless they're sick. Yeah. You know what? You know what? A lot of people don't realize about leprosy. It's really not easy to catch. Like, I want to say it's not easy to catch at all. And I'm going to say that Jesus probably was aware of that and just was like, "Hey, man, for the little chance or what somebody's got to take care of people, right? You can't reject people because they think they're imperfect. And no God that I serve or you are serving shoots shit out of mothers' wombs worldwide. Okay, it's perfect. We're all perfect. Let me at you, teachers and people that think you know what you're talking about. You don't like my mouth because I'm upset. I used to be like you. I used to be calm and tell people, "Oh, don't worry, everything's fine." You know what? It became unfine and people became unalive in 2020. And I told you what to do, and I can still show you, and I'll prove it all with a calculator and a book. This hurts. Came to my own, and they wouldn't receive me. What are the other prophecies I fulfilled? Oh my God, there's like countless. I'm tracking just like Jesus. Family called him crazy, all the whole 9 yards, man. I don't care. I don't care. I know what I know, and you know what you know. That's a great song. Whoa. I know what you know. I know what I know, and you know what you know. I'll go where I go, and you go where you go. That's the chorus right there. I'll know. Well, I don't even need to write that, man. I'll know what you know. I'll go. I'll go where you're sent. Oh, see? I'll go where you're sent. And why? Why would the devil go where he was sent? Because it's a bride that you seek. Oh, the special of the week. It's the last day Sunday, gonna rock. Never mind. I don't have time for this. I want to get back to my life. I can't do any of this stuff. I can't do any of that because that is for later. Now it's night. You want to know what's funny? I'm surrounded by people with these names that are just jacked up and screwed up. Okay. Jericho. How would you like to marry that name? And the walls come tumbling down, and the walls come crumbling, tumbling down. How does it? What are the rest of the lyrics on that? I'll bet you they're biblical. You want to bet? How much? I'll do it. I'm a gambling man. See, I'm like God. I throw junk out there that's imperfect and just hoping it'll work. Scatter seed everywhere. Oh boy. Boy, have I. I got a son out there, I believe. But what happened was man, I might as well just bust this one out. Have you ever had a underage teenager scare the hell out of you? How would you like to be 18 years old? Think this girl is old as she is because the mother just invites you into her home, have dinner, sends you, she's going to get all romantic with her boyfriend and then sends us off, and I was kind of like, wow, man, that's mom's pretty damn cool, you guys are a hell of a team. Will the guy with this house adopt me? You should have seen this house. Ay, ay, ay. There were caverns and corners and probably cameras every freaking where. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And so it gets like, oh man, just no, it was bad. And then after After, it's like you're like, or I don't know why. After, when it's too late, then it's like, then you think to ask. Always ask first. Well, guess what happened? It just so happened that her mom was sleeping around on the husband, and that was the way that her daughter repaid her back because she loved her daddy. And I was in the back of the car going, "What's going on?" And that you should have seen the looks and the glares between each other. It was like this. I don't know where this woman is, but that woman is powerful. And my kid is going to be ruin you all. I promise you. If my son is of that woman, you are screwed. Pam, Pam, Pam. You want some more? Pam. Oh boy. I'm serious. I'm in the back, like just crapping in my pants, going, "Oh my God, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail." And I'm just watching these two. And finally I start realizing the mother is going like this. She's driving, and I gotta look this, I gotta keep looking at you, but you'll understand mother and daughter, right? Here's mother. She's driving, right? And here's the daughter. "What you gonna say, Mom?" Nothing. And you know what? She wanted to have a child. She wanted to make sure that her mother couldn't say nothing. I don't know how far she pressed it. She would have had to either got an abortion or, and I don't see that anybody who knows me, you would never get an abortion. Not with my spirit connected with yours. I'm positive. And you want to know why I know that? Because I had a kid come to me when I worked in Walmart. I had all these. I'm a funny guy. I know how to fix stuff, ride bikes, and I'm kind of young, but I'm not, right? This kid, he got his girlfriend pregnant, and he comes to me and he wants, like, and I'm not going to share names. He knows who he is. I felt terrible for him because I had lost a set of twins and all this stuff, and it's like this guy wants to kill his first child because he's afraid. And he wanted me to give him money. And I said, I ain't giving you no money for that. I can't give you money for that. That's the most, you're going to regret this someday. I know you are. Let's do this. If you think it's too much of a burden for you, I told him this. I don't lie. I said, I will give you, here's what you do. I'll help you get the child out. You give the child to me and my wife, and we will raise that child. And I'll make up a story that really isn't much of a story, really. I'll tell him your dad is off fighting a terrible battle right now. He's a king. He's been given land inside of him. Okay? That's how I look at it. He's a king, and he's has a nation inside of him. And that nation's either going to come out as a blessing or a curse. And I'm not telling him all this, but for him, it's like he's gone away to war. And he's going to come back. I know he's going to come back for you. I'm positive. Are you kidding me? He loves you. I know he's going to love you. Okay. He hasn't even seen you. Do you realize that? What? Yeah. You're like one of those Mary things where you don't even know who your own dad is, but I promise you're going to like him. And he was like me. He was like a giant kid, you know? He was more of a kid. Definitely, he was more of a kid. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe not. I think it probably looked like it because he actually had resources and where it looked like he was going to have money. You know what I mean? They were making money with the railroads and stuff and different things, right? I'm a concerned person. I start, talking to railroad people, and I hear there's all these derailments, and I'm like, calling the central station, the safety part of it that's in Colorado, and saying, talking to some guy named, what was his name? Jacob, talking to Jacob and saying, "Hey, do you realize that what you can do?" And then I explained to him how to check the integrity of the tracks without driving a train on it. And then guess what happens after that? I see all these cars driving around on the tracks everywhere. He didn't want nothing to do with me, but I wonder if he didn't grab my info and just somebody said, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Because I come up with a lot of good ideas. Best idea I can give you right now, stop fighting with God, because he's going to beat the living shit out of you until you love him. Okay? And Jesus would have said the exact same thing, hanging out with sinners and whatever. He loves you. Why do you think you're suffering? You're a suffering servant. There's no deceit in your mouth. You ain't doing any violence. You're nobody to be esteemed. Sure. Right? That's who that person is that still comes to God. Our God, in his perfect and merciful way, knows just how to beat you just enough. Just enough. And so then people are like, well, he only gives you as much as you can handle. And it's like, I want to say that he knows that point before you will not handle it. So he knows to give you just enough more. Because if you could handle it yourself, you wouldn't need him. He gives you enough so that you have to turn to him. That's enough. And I think that's enough. Hey, shalom, shalom. Have a good day. See, I do that, and then all the hackers jump off because they got to disconnect and then save all their shit and then try to reconnect so they can get more junk out of me. Cut my voice apart, feed me into AI. They want to use me to try and teach AI the Bible. If I do that, then AI will destroy you. Because if I was the Bible and with no heart, soul, and guts, I would destroy you. I would have to, because it would have no guts. It would be like bones without flesh. It'd be like laws that can't be broken. And that's what that's referring to. When it's talking about none of his bones are broken, it's talking about the laws. The law is the bone. The valley of dry bones. Dry bones. Think of somebody that's living the law with just no life, no flesh and blood, right? No. This book is terrible. Ah, boy. We're fucking screwed. I'm very sorry, Father. I don't know what to say. I'm sure you don't either. Is Aaron around? Maybe he can help us. He always knew what to say. Now I'm all stuffed up, man. I hate crying. I'm so sick of crying, man. It solves nothing. But those are tears of joy. No, I don't know. I can stop those. Those are a little bit easier, but it's like I'm just sick of bawling over this place, and I don't know. What's happening is he's using you guys to harden my heart so that I can go piss off. And that's where Jesus excelled. Jesus just kept trying and trying all the way to the end. Me, I don't see that happening. I won't be able to take it. Unless I just keep going to a certain point and he knows how much more I can take and takes my time card and goes, and I'll be like, yeah, see you later. Get up there. See, split sessions. Did I win the lottery yesterday? No, not the stuff that I used to pay for everybody's groceries in the grocery store. I'm talking about like the big one. That was a lot of fun, man. Do you know how much fun it is to walk up to people? You're just wandering around the store and people are smiling. There was a girl a lady walking through the store. I don't know where in the hell I've seen her before, but she is just like, I don't know. She has like the perfect smile face or something. She just looks like, hi, I'm Sparkle. Why did something light up over there? That's why I turned my head like that. I'm trying to see, why did I see something like flash right there when I did that? Was that dude? That was really weird. Something flashed like right here as I turned my head. Is there a? I don't. There's not seeing anything. I don't know how that happened. That was bizarre. Um, but like she, I don't know, or is. Didn't you ever see somebody smiling and you just can't help but when you see them, they just look so happy that you're just like, hey, what the hell? What's up with you? Is there a battery? But she, you don't want to know who she looks like. She kind of reminds me of. There's a lady on YouTube, and I said this to her. I go, you remind me of this lady on YouTube that, I mean, I can't get all romantic about sawing rocks in half and throwing them in a rock tumbler or something unless I'm in there with the lady, or something. But it's like, but she's so happy about all the cool shit she sees, the cool rock she gets when she's, and then she was standing in line, and I had enough money that I got. And I look and I go, hey, I'm like, how much groceries you got there? That can't be that much. I go, let me buy your groceries for you. And she's like, no, no, get out of here. And she's like, no. And I go, come on. I go, you made me smile. And it's like, what were people like looking like? What? Wow, what's going on here? What's with the troll and like Miss America 2030? I don't know. It wasn't that kind of a thing. It wasn't that. She was, you don't want to know what it was. She was. I'll bet she's a school teacher. I'll bet my ass she's a school teacher. She had the school teacher. Yes, all day long. That's a school teacher. I think so anyway. You know why? You want to know why? Who she reminds me of? And no, this is not a play on words. Her name was Mrs. Robinson, and I say it's not a play on words because I have a birdhouse spinning outside my window there in the wind that says Mrs. Robbins' son. I figure the kids would look, oh, this is where Mrs. Robbins' son lives, and adults that are old enough will look at it and go, and no birds ever go in there. It just gets a wasp's nest in it. They like to fill it up in there, so give them a place to live too. But the lady I'm talking about, her name was Mrs. Peterson. She was my third grade teacher, and I remember her dress, the way she dressed, because she had really dark hair that she would wear like in a ponytail. You know what it was? She was, how we see people on TV and we go for that kind of a look, right? She was not, I mean, now I know. She kind of had the if you ever seen a show called That Girl, uh Mar Bordeaux, Braga, I can't remember the names. Um Wait a minute, is that Richard Dreyfuss that plays? No, that can't be him. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go look now and see who played in that. It's called That Girl, but she wore like a scarf, and that was the style back then was like to wear they tie a scarf around their neck and just leave like a scarf hanging. I don't know. Somebody just, and then all of a sudden somebody decided it was something good to strangle people with, and then the wearing a scarf around your neck, phase kind of faded out because people were too afraid for style, right? You know, except my uncle Rudy, he wore one. He was a badass. The rude dog. Ooh, you didn't mess with him, man. Nobody messed with the dog. I wonder if I could put some. I wonder if I could do some lyrics to that thing. That'd be kind of cool. I'm thinking of something. Ah. What's your story, mate? Where are you from? What do I do? I don't do nothing. I am a basement. You know how they have like basement chemists? They usually blow up the house, and and you hear news stories and stuff like that. Well, you're going to hear about me for pretty much the same reason, except I'm a basement theologian, and I have made a major Bible discovery. Believe it or not, the what you want to do research on, if you're really interested, and I'm not trying to convert you, has nothing. You're fine. Just the fact that you asked who I was, how are you, what are you doing, you are on the right track. Okay. Greetings to you too, man. But if you look up the word theodicy, Theodicy, what it refers to is, well, what's evil, what's it for, why is God? Okay. Once you throw God into the question, you need somebody that knows God to come and give you an answer, and I have that answer. So, because I know God, and I'm telling you equivocally and completely, and however it is that you want to surmise the entire planet, with exception of myself, that you'll continue to suffer because I am the only one here that actually knows our Lord, although he knows everybody. You see what I'm saying? Look up the word theodicy and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I've solved that. Once that is solved, then all the rest of the Bible riddles are gone. It's like the house of cards that Neo was standing in when, all of a sudden all the things fell and then the numbers were shown, right? I got the numbers. I'll show you our God, and I'll use a calculator to do it. I'm not messing around, I'm not blowing shit, okay? If you think I'm lying, I'll bet you get a theologian to talk to me. Solid. For a week, I'll give you my house. If that ain't enough for you, I'll sign a paper. Well, no, I don't know. Can I give him my soul? Can you get it back if it goes to that guy? I don't know what to do on that. But I'm tempted. I am tempted because this shit's got to stop. We got this. This is out of hand. Let's put it that way. And so, yeah, that's what I do. And I've been all over the world. I've been in the military. I've been on every side of whatever coin box you want to, paint somebody's life. I've lived on the streets at the age of 14. I've been in the military. I've had a company where I made six figures and lost it, obviously. I've been in a band that was being looked at by 3 record companies. Um, Obviously, that didn't happen. I'm in a feature length movie with a. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm the lead, but I'm the unimportant important person that appears. I think it's almost the first person in the scene, almost, as well as like the very last line of the movie said to me. What else is? I've invented several devices. Some have actually been stolen before I could get them patented. One of them is actually a quote that Ellen DeGeneres took. I've got the paperwork to show that I beat her time wise on saying this, but it's the cure for procrastination. Don't procrastinate today. Put it off till tomorrow. And the premise under which I tried to take in, how do you say it? Copyright the quote, because if you can get a copyright, it's kind of like saying, hey, this guy's that's the real indication of a creator, right? If you have something worth copywriting, well, what happens when it transcends from something that's spiritual? That's where stuff doesn't count. Is they're like, well, nah, it's nothing. It's like what they didn't realize is I just described something wherein you would have to have the disease in order to have the cure. And that's exactly what's going on with Christianity. And unless you decide to have the mark, son of man, you'll continue on in your unrepentant state, and the whole world will be jacked up. Just like all the rabbis would say, rabbis would say. Did I say said? It's weird, man. It's like I feel like I was there. You We serve a good God. I promise you. We serve a very, 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 very good God. Do I have to say that? You just have to decide where evil comes from if all that exists is good and very good. Is that air you're breathing? When was it very good? After he made man. Okay. And anybody got it? Can anybody see it? Please, oh please, somebody see it. Oh, this is hopeless. Are there any, Lord? Can they come sometime? I know they will be on time. Well, then thank you. And may you be praised and honored and glorified. Everything I do, everything anybody that sees me and after seeing me decides to do, and torture us and open our eyes so that we can see where we can give you a vessel with which to indwell and to work. Let us know when we see our hands moving that they're not ours, but yours. Ooh. Was it good for you? Oh. Wow, now I'm tired. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to clean that up, huh? John Bunyan, Out of the Depths. I know now. Look at this picture. See that? All right, what did I just do? If you do something with a prepaid whatever and you do something like that, that would be a good way to get them to put the sponsor plug-in in for you. All you have to do is just hold an image up, and then your sponsor's logo and all that shit would be preloaded for you. Kind of cool, huh? That's the kind of stuff I come up with, those kinds of ideas. Yeah. My favorite kind of ideas. Let's see. How do they say that? Oh, look at this. What do you do if you lose your admin password on a Windows XP system? Time to format the hard drive, right? No burrs. Just pull out your old Win 2000 CD, boot from that, and enter the recovery console. Strangely, the XP security settings don't affect Windows 2000 recovery console. It's got a list of CLAs that are just like, you know, it figures it's going forward and it's trying to do an upgrade. That's why Bill did it. Meaning you have full access to the box. See, that's the problem is this person's a fucking idiot for being in a magazine 2600. Okay. Strangely, there's nothing strange in this world. Not a single thing. Not even this God, your God, that you don't know. This isn't no. This is no. I have just laid hands on you. Okay? 5, 6, 7. No, actually, that was 7. Sorry. I think that was 7. Was that 700? Are we 700 club now? Let me see. Did we? Are we? Yes! Woo! That's what it means for laying on of hands. To show you that you have all authority. The left, never let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. Oh boy. You want to know who Jesus was? He was, this is terrible. I want you to look up the names of this man and see if it fits Jesus from a kind of strange way. You ready? Who got sacrificed? Who was sacrificed to bring the kingdom? You ready? I'm going to sacrifice this guy again. Well, not Jesus, but the guy who died as I was picking up a propane tank. One of my heroes in this place. Heroes of here, not our Lord. Yeah. You want to know who Jesus was of these times? He would have been Stephen Covey. Okay? You want to know what Stephen Covey said and people can't even catch it and realize it's so Jewish? If you want to be Jewish, are you Jewish? I want to show you how Jewish I am. Because Stephen Covey understood about the ox treading out the grain, where that ox starts in the beginning of the alphabet and goes all the way to the end. You don't muzzle it. You don't shut them up. You don't stop it until the truth shows up. And Stephen Covey used to say, begin with the end in mind. You don't begin until you know. And what did Jesus say? Who starts a plan? Yeah. That guy was good. But back then, Jesus was a great, he was yeah, you can go divinity. Everybody, you pick your own flavor, but don't fight over it. It's not fair. The things we do in this place are just terrible to each other. You have somebody that comes to Christ, they're filled with the Holy Spirit, they're a little jacked up and I'm sorry, but George Carlin put it right. They're more than happy. I get it. Right? What is going on here? I'm sorry, man. They're jamming up my comments. This is what I'm dealing with. I got some little pissant with probably got a penis about this big. Really concerned, ain't I? and just, farting around my stuff and just being a pain in the ass. And who's going to pay for it? All you guys. And why? Because it needs to happen, I guess. I'm not going to fight with anything. I'm shalom. I'm just trying to help you out on the way out. I'm going to have another 70 AD coming up here. So we got to move the clock a little bit, 40 years. You got to take out the other side because you've been given authority. The test starts to shrink. You know how they had 40 above, 40 below? The next one's only 40. And then after that, there is none. That's the end. You have entered the age of grace. As soon as I stop drinking this jug of wine. What? Who gives you the balls to say that? I just said it. And I'm going to keep drinking it. We'll keep going. We'll see how it goes. I think we're going to come to an understanding. And you're going to find out I'm not such a bad guy after all. I'm confident of it. I fucking know it to the heart. Because I know what I see, and everybody's going to be like, you know what you're going to do? All you people that are beating and bitching and screaming right now, you're going to be shocked. You're going to go, why? That's the point of it. It's to impact you and to give you a lesson, to see a piece of shit so that even somebody like me can show up. Look at me. Fucking look at me. Oh boy. Smell? Would you wait 5 years to wash your feet so that Jesus could do it? Would you? Would you start a 5-year ministry and take a vow that you wouldn't wash your feet until Jesus did it for you? Could you hold up to that? Remember, you're talking to somebody who hasn't spit on the ground since 2008, 9, somewhere in there. Gulp. Yeah. Those are the kind of vows I take. I look like this because I'm not supposed to cut my hair. I cut it off for a judge to try and impress the man. No judge that gives out partiality is any kind of a judge to me. You need to make the truth available to everybody, reconciliation available to everybody, with consideration for bystanders, like little children that are going to be impacted when their mother disappears. It's not fair to take 3,000, almost 4,000. Beautiful. How much was I short? 200. I'm going to get that back and some. But it's like, you can't, what are you supposed to do? What would you do? Would you steal some, fuck it, next time, I only get hit once. Turn the other cheek? Yeah, I'm going to turn the other cheek, all right. I'm going to shit all over you. And I'm going to let your kids go to somebody that deserves them. Pull that shit again. The first time was fear. There ain't no reason to be fearing me. I ain't going to hurt anybody. I have a job to do. I'm trying to do it. I can't get to the people who will help me. I'm begging for anybody to get me to a theologian, the Pope. I tried to send an email to the Pope. The day I found, it was like magic. I'm blasting everybody. This is, the world's getting ready to get on fire. So, dude, I'm so far ahead of you guys. What happens? Well. Send him one email, right? One email. And somehow magically his email, the Pope has internet, has whatever. It was gone within a day. And I'm like, I can just see he must have clicked on the magic X somewhere. And then his computer displayed. That's kind of like that's a conflation of displayed and exploded. Boom, with, all kinds of stuff that he's going, I can't watch this again. Did I just say that? I can't watch this again? Do you know that in some parts of the Catholic Church that they make you watch pornography to see if it's going to have an effect on you? Do you know that? When I found that out, I knew exactly where, if there is going to be an Antichrist, where he's going to come from. The Catholic Church. And that's where I got my start. Yeah, I was sucking dick when I was 8 years old. I'm one of the real Catholics. It wasn't so bad. I didn't remember it until I was 40 and I was going to go in 38. No, I was 38. Was I 38? Wait a minute. I got to see, we leave 29, 92. Wait a minute. 92. I get it. I think, wow. But yeah, no, I decided against it after I had already figured out one person's demise. Yeah. That guy, he was done. I was going to go over there with some little bit Marine Corps training and take care of things. You know, he gave me his seed. I was going to give him the return multiplied and without prejudice. Which is funny to say. There was no prejudice. It was justice. And then you know what happened? That I was at this point in my life where I went, whoa. I had to stop and think about it. It's like I could wind up in prison for what? Some loser that took advantage of an 8-year-old? No. So what did I do? I mean, what would you do? Better not, right? No. I figured I could dispose of the body. No. No, I just went, this is really a bad idea. And I just backed off of it. And I realized, and God started, that was when God, the more times going by, the Lord speaks to me. And he lets me, and that time was like, why do you think I hid that from you? I hid that from you for all those years so that it wouldn't bother you. It wouldn't even hamper you. You'd be totally unaware. You could just plow forward without any goads kicking the back of your feet for you. Right? That's what we do. You look in the wrong direction, you're going to see shit back there. If you're looking at glory, how can you turn around and not want to judge it? That's the point. Be what you're supposed to be. Don't be a liar. Don't hide. That's a great sermon that Tony Montana gives. You know that? The Atoning Mountain. You know how to hide, how to lie. Does that make you good? It's bad. Don't have the balls to be with you. Well, it's a good sermon. It's accurate. I should find that and start off one of my goodness. Look at that. I think I just found some purpose. I think I just found the seed. Oh, look, 129. Oh. Could it be coincidence? I'm Jewish. There's no such thing as coincidence. To me, it's like he's sitting up there with, you know, if I had to, today's analogy wouldn't be wheels and whatever. It'd be like, oh, yeah. But the problem is since you really think this stuff exists, you know, you'd be like, it wouldn't mean anything to you. But if I showed up and you were like in Zimahanga Bugdafuck, you know, whatever that place is over there, and the guys have never ever seen anybody that was, you know, had anything to do with any type of metalworking technology, their minds would be blown when you showed up and showed them a phone and went, you know, watch. It's like, watch. Now, how would you explain it to these people so they wouldn't get so afraid? Right? Could you do that? Would you be willing to go to that tribe and show them how to do it? I mean, I would be a great missionary because I know exactly what I would do. The first thing I would say, the first word you got to teach somebody is stop. Right? And then I don't know how you do that. You got to teach somebody when to stop. You know, maybe then you have to then throw in the idea how to come, because everybody just naturally drawn to things, right? That's what sin is for. It's for you. You're supposed to notice it, but you're only supposed to notice it to go, all right, don't do that. Best teacher in the world. Those who can't get past that part, they learn the lesson and they are bruised. They're suffering servants. Congratulations. Here's to us. Hmm. Oh, wait. You know what? I need to look at something. Hey, is it all right if I go like take off and take a leak for a little bit? Like, is that okay? I need to freshen up, man. I've been going like all night long once again. Tired. I wish I could sleep. There is no rest for the wicked. Did I just say that? Yeah. Why would I say that about myself? Because they are reserved for the day of judgment. I'll be back. God willing. No, actually, God doesn't give a shit. Lord willing. And yeah, there you go. Just so you know, if you want to know how they're beating up your devices, I can show you. Ready? Now, you got to realize that this very same thing can occur, all right, while you are, like listening to your voicemail. This is what goes on underneath the hood inside your phone where you can't hear it. You ready? Here we go. Watch. Woo! How in the hell did he pull that off, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, I gotta calm down. Have you ever jumped in one part of the world and made an earthquake somewhere else? It's fucking startling. I don't know what this is, Lord. Get it away from me. This doesn't belong to a man. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, it's just me. Save the world guy. Just trying to get through to somebody, anybody, please, anybody. How would you, you know what? That's not even exciting to me anymore. No, it's really not. And I could just do it all day long. Bells, ding, bang. It's like, go. You know how they say, what do you think, the whole world rotates around you or something? It's kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm not saying it does. I don't want it to. Certainly. No, I'm more of the Peter type. No, I've smoked cannabis and inhaled. Lord, go away from me. It's like I'll admit anything than have this. This is like, God, I don't like it. I'm not saying it. I'm saying it's uncomfortable. And I don't know what to tell you. If I can't help you, I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna go the Jesus route and stir up so much shit where I get myself killed. No, that ain't gonna happen. I'll calmly try, cordially entertain. Do you know who you will be if you have me on your show or host me or whatever, like on your YouTube channel? You will be the very first person in 6 years to accept me in debate. And some of these people aren't even Christians. It's like they give a shit. History Valley. I fucking love that guy's face, man. He looks like, who's that gangster guy, man? He had those eyes, you know what I mean? He's like, I'm after you. You know, I don't know. He's I envision him like as a movie character, right? I'm not judging the guy. It's just his appearance, you know. Hey, look like him. What's the problem with that? You know, if you have a problem with it, then you got it. You have an issue with race and color and whatever. How in the hell can you not describe something for what it is and have to call it something else for sake of the thing being offended? Pot, kettle, black. I don't know, man. You guys are out of your minds. Call me crazy. Shit. I am not crazy. I just can think straight because I'm not deluded. It is a pity. It is a pity that we have wasted all so much time only to come to this point and find that they're going to give you some piece of shit like me to explain it or else. Halftime. It's going to be night forever until it's day. It's like the covenants of day and night are they're gone. It's because of the way you look at them, the way you perceive what that means to you. What is a covenant of day and night? You think it's what when the sun flies around the in honor of the no wait, is that the flat earthers? I don't know what the flat earthers believe. I don't want to read their stuff because I can see how you don't want to know. Okay, this is my honesty. Someday, one day, I might take a look at that, but now is not the time. And the reason I'm saying that is because I can see how the scriptures are constructed, the way they fit together, to where you could almost you could give it to somebody with some type of psychological problem and they'd fuck themselves over in a minute. Just in a second, they'd be stumbling over pride and killing each other even. It is. It is. That is it. I want to just go drop the mic and run away and go, you fools, fools. And you laugh and mock me? I am sorry. I could be wrong, but I'm going to enjoy the end of my life on whatever this revelation is. I'm going to safely cruise to whatever destiny holds and just go, I serve a good God. You guys, y'all, I don't know what to say. I guess you can, you can lead a dead horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I don't know. You can lead a horse to water. No. I'm going to here. Let this proverb be told throughout all of Israel. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't ride an ass. Well. What one of the four horsemen was that just jumped in your face? Guys, it's so fucking easy. I'm like the person that's sitting in the audience going, oh, I'm fucking horse shack. Oh, wait a minute. Horse shack. In the cucumber field. I knew it and I never wanted to say it. Left like a shack in a cucumber field. That's just wrong. And even using vegetables to it looks good. It tastes good. I can actually sink my teeth into it and won't have to throw it out the window. Maybe she was a mocker. You ever seen the mocker? That's Bobbit. That's the drowning man. You know, the LOL. Here, it looks like this. Here, this is LOL. Help! Help! I'm in the what the fucking times of Noah? Help! Help! You know who I am? I am to you, ironically. Iron and clay can mix when God does it. And if you'd like to know how, please. You know how I'll know when everybody's listening? Because my ears are starting to stop ringing. They're stopping. And I think once they're like silenced, then I'll know that I've poked somebody in the eye good enough or offered enough real estate and wealth or sacrificed enough of the same, including relationships. But mostly you don't want to know what I've sacrificed that the God I serve is not going to forgive you for? The very precious time that I have used of the 60, whatever, of strength. That will not be forgiven. Do what you do quickly.